I'm listening to you. I'm not hearing what I want to hear.
It's genuinely fitness related.
If you continue to do this, that doesn't work for me.
I honestly don't feel like you have time. And then obviously the cheating thing.
It's the drama, the drama, the drama. This episode was the Peggy and Porscha show. That's all it was. And for them to be part of the older cast and for them to behave like this amongst the girls is terrible. It's terrible. And the guys they're in a marriage with are not helping the situation. Well, George is trying, but I think Terence is actually trying to make things as bad as he can. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 8, Episode 6. So what I've decided is I'm going to review the couples individually just because there was a lot of stuff going and to go back and forth wouldn't make any sense. So we'll start off with the easy couple. I think Shauna and Brad. Shauna and Brad were always going to be easygoing just because they're a spiritual couple. They believe in a lot of meditation, some sort of therapies, some sort of yoga and stuff, crystals and all that. So they're always going to be very relaxed. They went to the Maldives for their honeymoon. And it was nice to see how, easygoing they were, given the fact that when you look at them on paper or when you look at them physically, you think, oh my God, they're not going to work. But they actually seem to be working. And they both appear to be falling in love with one another, which is amazing. They had this sort of sexual massage, which really, I think, stimulated things. And then Shauna owned up that they did have sex. I think they possess a lot of emotional maturity that some of the other couples are lacking. And I think if they keep going the way they are, they do have a great chance of succeeding because there was really no tension. They went on their honeymoon and they had an amazing time. And that's all they were after. They were not after any drama. They were not after any sort of chaos. They were just, two people that were enjoying themselves. I think being in the Maldives as well helped. I think this is why they were just focused on just being the two of them and just having an amazing time. That was cute to see. Then we have Peggy and George. Peggy and George were always going to be disaster. They were sent to Thailand, which is amazing as well. But oh my God, it was one thing after another after another. And surprisingly, George was trying his best to make his relationship work, which I didn't expect from him. So they started off with Peggy asking, George, how would you feel if I posted, I think she was more or less saying like, how would you feel if I had an OnlyFans account and I was busy posting stuff out there? And he said, it's your body, you're entitled to do it as you please. And she got upset with that. And it's like, why? If he had said I would have a problem with it, you'd have had the problem with him as well because you'd have said he's trying to control me. He's given you the opportunity to do what you want with your body because you are an adult. You have the right to do with your body as you please. And you're now upset that why are you not jealous? Why are you not, concerned that I'm busy posting my body online? If that were you, I would be upset. And it's like, oh, come on. That's the last thing he needs. Come on. Seriously. He's giving you the opportunity. He's given you, and I think a very articulate and emotionally intelligent response that I would never have expected from George, given the fact that his friend said he just doesn't speak before, he doesn't think before he speaks. So the fact that he actually took time to think, give him credit for that. So she then stormed off. Then he had to come up with an apology. I think George is getting responses from his friends. I think his friends are helping him try to make his marriage work because he then came, he took her out on a tuk-tuk and he apologized, for the way he behaved. And he said, if I understand how you feel, yes, I would have a problem. And more or less told her what she wanted to hear. And then she was happy. And so they relaxed, they enjoyed that tuk-tuk. And then next argument was, what do you do for a living? And he said he has a gaming channel. And so I think he more or less is a YouTuber. I don't know. I'm just assuming. And so being that, it seems his fans at times will ask him to do certain things. So he said at one time he was asked to sort of squat and face the wall with his, whatever he was doing with his bum and whatever. And she got upset with that and stormed off. Why would you do that? I am not comfortable with you doing that. And it's like, seriously. This is before you met this man. Ask him what he's going to do now that he's married to you and now you're a couple. Tell him, set boundaries of what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. Why would you be upset about something that's over and done with? You have you're not going to change it anyway. It's not like you can stop it. It's already happened. And he was sort of trying to say it's not in a sexual manner. It's just something, it's sort of a joke or a prank. And she wouldn't get that. She was so upset. He had to go back to the drawing board and draft this apology letter for her and give it to her. I think it's either the producers or someone, one of his friends back home, who's helping him come up with these apologies. I don't think it's all him. I could be wrong, but hey. And the fact that he wrote an apology letter and then gave it to her to read out, I was like, oh, okay. Hey, it is what it is. Then we have my favorites, Tasha and Paul. I love Tasha and Paul. They were sent to Costa Rica. I would have preferred the Maldives for them. I'm just saying. And so with Tasha and Paul, it seems Paul is being a gentleman. He's just being himself. And Tasha has never had anyone who treats her very well, someone who's caring, who's attentive, who's patient. So the idea that she has someone now who's doing all this for her, I think is a bit overwhelming for her. It's a bit overwhelming because she at one point wanted to cry because she said she's never had anyone treat her so good. She's never had anyone who sort of shown her love, care, attention, and sort of positive affirmation. And so this she found a bit overwhelming and was trying to process it because this is something she's not accustomed to. And I was like, I think if this is who he is, accept it for what it is, enjoy it, take time to enjoy it and just relax and see, if this is who he genuinely is. And so they then went for a massage, and she's really trying to behave herself in the way she presents herself. I think because she really likes this guy, she likes the way he's treating her. She knows how anxious his mother was about, him getting married to a stranger. So I think she's trying to do everything within her power to make sure that she doesn't do anything wrong. Even in the morning, when the cameras were there, she was dressed in her pajamas. I think she wasn't in the bedding. I think she wants to behave herself. She wants to behave herself. She doesn't want to do anything that will put his mom off because she really likes this guy. And then you know, Paul was excited. He was telling the cameras that, she asked him for a shower. And so they had a shower. And then when she was asked, Tasha was so embarrassed. She was, no, it was just a 3-minute shower. I don't think she wants to say anything that, Paul's mom might not like. And so it's going to be interesting. I think the only problem is maybe Paul is not as mature as, he needs to be. But I think they're going to be a great couple. I think they're going to be a great couple. They seem very compatible. I think of all the people on the honeymoon, I think Brad, Shauna, Tasha, and Paul are the people who have really enjoyed their honeymoon on these four couples. Obviously, in the previous couples, everybody was on pins and needles. It was just Jay and Luke who had an amazing time. So it was cute to see that they are the youngest couple in the experiment, but they seem to be really taking it for what it is and are very appreciative of the things that they're getting to experience. And the fact that Shauna, I think, was so impressed by all the romantic things that were being arranged for them. She really seemed very appreciative and very happy to be there. So I really like that for her. And then the dramatic couple, Porscha and Terrace. Where do I start? Where do I start? Porscha and Terrace. They were sent to Morocco, but obviously it was one thing after the other. Porscha and Peggy deserve to be in the same WhatsApp group because Porscha then started talking about finances, wanting to know what would happen, once because they're now married, and she wanted to know if Terence expected her to pay 50-50 or whether he was going to be the sole provider for their family. And he then said he expected her to pay 50-50. She wasn't happy with that because she feels as the wife she should be looked after. I don't think I said this in my review yesterday. If you listen to my previous review, I did say that I don't think financially Terence is in the place that Porscha likes or Porscha will understand, because I think she's used to this lifestyle that she has readily available funds, and I don't think Terence is that sort of is in that space because he has 3 children to support. Okay, his first child is 23, so obviously he doesn't need to support that one. But the other 2, however old they are, as long as they're under 18, he will still need to support them. And because of his jobs, I think this is why he has so many jobs, because he's trying to make ends meet. So, oh God, that was something else. Portia wasn't happy with that, so she then went for a meal and, you know, mulled that over and decided to put it on the side. And then they started to have a conversation because she wanted to address that, comment about the 50-50. Then it came out that Terence has cheated in his previous relationship, not just once, but multiple times. And so that became a bone of contention because she didn't understand, um, why, he would feel the need to cheat. And Terence on his part was saying that it seems like Portia is just there for the drama. She's a drama queen and that's all she's after. And so he then sort of said that to her, which infuriated her. And, she decided she didn't want to use his cutlery. And then he called her a childish. And it was just so messy between the two of them. It's just so messy. I think Portia and Terence are on different wavelengths. I think the experts might have thought that Paul, being a 40-year-old, is someone who's ready to settle down and will need someone like Portia who will drive him to be the best version of himself. I don't think Terence is ready to settle down. I think Terence likes the idea of being married, but I think he also likes the idea of his freedom, the fact that he gets to go out every weekend to be a DJ, the fact that he works Monday to Friday. And so he barely has time for anybody else in his life. And I don't know what convinced him that he was ready for marriage. I don't get that. And also, I don't understand why Portia didn't tell them what sort of criteria in regards financially a husband she was looking for. She should have told them, because had she told them about her expectations of, having a husband who provided everything for her, I don't think they would have matched her with Terrace, because now they're in this situation whereby they're going to be the toxic couple similar to the one last year. This is the impression that I'm getting. And it's really sad because they've taken an opportunity away from someone who could have benefited or could have used it more wisely. But hey, I digress. Anyway, uh, Anyway, it was a great episode. I can't wait for tonight's episode. Oh, don't forget to click on episode 5 review. It's attached as an end note. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.